What's up, everybody? My name is Ayotli. I am the CEO and creative director of the clothing brand BAK, and I am from Modesto, California.
Hey, what's up? It's Mikey. I go by MIKEYRUGZ from Modesto, California. I am a rug tufter.
What made me start BAK, I've always been into clothes since I was very young. Growing up, me and my mom, we didn't have much money as a single parent household, but she always did what she could to make sure that I looked pretty presentable. Growing up, I had family members who would help me, get me my first pair of Jordans or get me right for school. So the older I got, I started taking pride in looking nice and all of that, and I've always been creative. So in 2018, in high school, during lunch in a computer lab, me and a buddy of mine were coming up with ideas to resell vintage, because I was into vintage clothing. I've always been into old clothes as well. And so I was inspired by a store in LA called Round 2 Vintage. And I'm a big sports fan, so I thought about the greats like Jordan, Magic, Kobe, the list goes on. And I thought about their mentality and how they strive for greatness, because I wanted my brand to have a message. So I thought about a lot of those players. They're great because of many reasons, but a real reason that pops or that stands out on why they're great is because a lot of them go back to back, meaning they're not comfortable with doing things once. They progressively continue to be great and continue to work on themselves and on their craft to live on forever and have their dynasty and legacy live on forever. So that's the message that also inspires me to want to inspire others within my clothes.
Into making rugs, I guess. I just saw it online one day, and I thought it was cool, like you can make pretty much anything you want. My little brother-in-law happened to have a tufting machine, and I didn't know what it was at first. So I was just watching him do it, and I'm like, let me try that out. And then he had I forgot what he had on the board, but I saw the way how he did it. You just kind of follow the lines, whatever you trace out. And I gave it a shot, and I was just like, oh, wow, that's pretty easy. It's kind of like watching people get a tattoo or something, I tried out a design, and then I'm like, oh, okay. So there's a way to use this machine, certain way to use it. So later on, I got my own, and I just basically tried it out. First few rugs didn't come out as great, but then I just kept going, and people liked it. And then I guess what got me going was people just liked the way how I make the rugs.
What inspired you guys to collaborate on this project together?
Well, it kind of just happened naturally, which I like. Me and Mikey met about 6 months ago. He reached out to me to purchase some merchandise.
Yeah, it was really like a nice green, because my favorite color is green. And I'm like, dude, with the design you had on it, back to back, you could show the sweater on here, but I thought it was the cleanest sweater ever. And you labeled it from 1 to 20, and I got number 19, which is pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, I reached out to him. Sorry to cut you off, but I reached out to him, and I met him for the first time, and I saw him. I'm like, dude, this guy dresses clean as fuck. He is so fresh, and I'm like, I want to work with this guy one day, with being a part of his brand.
Yeah, so that's what's great about it with connections, is things just happen, and it's always good to let it happen naturally, because now we created something great, and there's a story behind it. Everything I like to do, I like to have a story behind it, and there is always a story behind it. There's always an inspiration behind everything I do. I'm not one of these brands that half-ass everything or follows trends or just does things for the cash grab. We worked late nights, till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Making this rug and following every detail that we can just to make it great, and we're not doing it for the money. We're doing it because we really like to create, and we thought it would be great to collab, especially coming from Modesto, California. I wanted to make it right. I wanted to have some time and thought behind it, instead of just putting both of our names on it and calling it a collab. Like, I wanted this to be very special, which it will be. And within the quality and everything, it represents on what we believe in as well. Like, such as this is a representation of the colorway of the rug we did, and also the next run of sweaters will be a photo of the actual rug that we will be doing and will be releasing for the public.